Okay, so to wrap up this first module, let's look at our summary. Remember that keeping the user interface responsive is our top priority, and it's the platform's top priority. So we want to do whatever we can to make sure the user is not being blocked from doing the things they want to do. And the way we achieve that is by limiting all of our event handler code to something that's 100 milliseconds or less. Right? Keep that down to the 100 millisecond limit or less, and avoid those blocking operations, right, or potentially blocking operations, because they're the ones that are going to bite you. If you know an operation is always long running, it's easy to deal with. It's those ones that maybe during testing, when you've got this really great Wi-Fi network that goes really well, that end up biting your user later when they're out in some kind of spotty cellular network. Right? So watch for all those blocking operations. Right, that strict mode class helps us to do that by reporting to the logs for us when we're doing things that could potentially block. And take advantage of that async task, right? That actually allows us to run background operations, but still keep interacting with the user interface fairly easy for us. As we move forward into the newer platforms, avoid using that default thread pool for the async task, right? Because Android developers can't seem to make up their mind on how it's going to behave. So as you move forward, use that execute on executor so you have explicit control over the way that behaves. But the one thing that's a really important message here is that all these things we've looked at, threads and async tasks, they give us solutions, but they all have this situation that if something runs for more than a few seconds, they may potentially be killed. Right? And that's what we're going to look at for the rest of this modules is how do we address that? Threads and async tasks are part of our arsenal for solving these problems, but when we look at services in these remaining modules, that's where we're going to really have the powerful solutions to this problem.